tax hikes over 5 years. My next guest is on that commission, and he wants to cut, not tax. Congressman Jed Hensarling is a Republican from Texas. Sir, good to have you. First of all,
thanks, Neil.
What is the deal with you guys? I know 14 of you have to come to an agreement of the 18 of you to sort of proceed and recommend a report. I guess that's the 2/3, whatever. Are you anywhere near agreement on anything approaching that number?
Oh, well, let me paraphrase Mark Twain and say I'm gratified I can answer so rapidly and confidently and say I don't know. We're going to gather as you probably know, a report is not due until December 1st. And it's a hard thing to tell, but you're right. I don't think our nation is under tax. I think we have a spending problem. Right now, government over the course of the next generation is due to double in size from roughly 20% of the economy to 40%. I mean, we're on the verge of becoming France without the wine and the art. And we're about to be the most heavily taxed nation in the world. You can't solve this on the tax side, and you shouldn't. It ought to be solved on the spending side. Now, having said that, I tried to enter negotiations in good faith. I'm still happy to put everything on the table. And,
well, but apparently,
frankly,
if I believe these early
until December 1.
I know, believe me, these early reports, sir, and they're still early and still tentative. It could be a trial balloon. Much of the emphasis seems to be on finding creative ways to raise revenue, i.e., hike taxes, and maybe punt on the entitlement programs. Is that true?
Well, I can tell you the most creative way we can raise revenue is put a plan on the table that has credibility that will deal with our long-term structural debt.
No, I know that, but it looks like you won't. It looks like you won't. That's the talk that the end of the report will promise to address entitlements, but not right now. Is that true?
Well, Neil, as you know, I believe you said, there has to be 14 out of the 18 members of the commission to vote for something. I mean, that is a rather high hurdle rate.
Right.
I'm not really sure this commission was designed for success in the first place. 2/3 of the appointees are either Democrats or appointed by the president, in contrast to the 9/11 commission that was half and half. You know, the report is coming out.
So it seems to me, and I know you're on it then, Congressman, that then this commission's a joke. I mean, if it comes out, no offense to you, but if it comes out where we're putting aside spending cuts because people can't rally around that issue, but they can sooner rally around ways to raise revenue, then by definition, this thing is sort of like a Titanic with a binder, right?
Well, I think there might have been a couple of metaphors in there. I don't, again, you could be right. I don't know until December 1st. But again, if you ignore spending, then yes, the thing is a joke. I hope it's not. I give credit to our leaders, Democrat Erskine Bowles, Republican Alan Simpson so far, on trying to get people on the same set of music and same set of facts.
Well, something must be intimidating them, Congressman, because, you know, when you have Bernie Sanders and others saying, you even talk about addressing Social Security in that report when it comes out, it's dead on arrival. Do you know of members who are scared off by that kind of stuff?
Well, again, here's the bottom line. There are 3 entitlement programs which have been a great comfort to our parents and grandparents. If they are unreformed, they're going to bankrupt our children. And I'd say to Senator Sanders, who I don't know well, I mean, if you don't put a plan on the table, you're embracing the status quo, and the status quo in Social Security is a
well, but you seem to be in a minority.
I'm
reading that you seem, well, not only party-wise, but that viewpoint on spending is in the minority. So I don't even know if you're going to be among the 14 writing off on this or one of the 4 bitter about this.
I got to tell you, Neil, listen, anything we can do to continue to heighten the knowledge and, frankly, the anxiety of the American people over the peril of the national debt. I mean, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff has said the greatest threat to our national security is our national debt. And so I'm hoping, if nothing else, hopefully this commission can help sensitize people to the fact that although I hear the word emergency every day I'm in Washington, D.C., this is a legitimate emergency.
But it sounds to me like you guys aren't going to do that. It sounds like you're not going to be giving an urgent sort of a call to spending arms here.
Neil, I don't know. It's the only game in town if you care passionately about trying to save the next generation from bankruptcy.
I know that, but it's not looking good, is what I'm hearing here.
It may not be, but I'm not throwing in the towel.
Okay.
I'm not throwing in the towel yet.
All right. Congressman, great seeing you again.